Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome to another episode of Life Unscripted, where we explore the profound questions of how to discover the meanings of life and the true values of oneself. We often hear people say, just be yourself and everything will be okay. However, nobody tells us where to find our true self and how to determine our authentic identity amid in the myriad of emotions and self-constructed persona that we accumulate throughout our life. Furthermore, the complexity and the multifaceted natures of life can often leave us feeling bewildered, faced with numerous choices and the needs to weigh different lifestyles. How can we make the right decisions and ensure that our lives are as meaningful as we desire? Is the meanings of life found in our goals or the journeys itself? Many people live with clear purpose and goals, such as graduating this year, starting a job next year, buying a car or a house, and so on. For them, life is like an endless to-do list, and their happiness comes from checking off each item on that list. These goals are what motivate them to wake up in the morning and find the energy to embrace each new day. On the other hand, some people don't place a significant emphasis on specific life goals. They still have purpose in life, but unlike the to-do list owners, they are not overly concerned with whether they achieve these goals or not. What matters to these individuals is that they had the courage to try, to experiment, and to engage. The source of meanings in their lives is not the satisfaction of reaching these goals, but the rush of adrenaline they feel while pursuing them. At the most extreme ends of the spectrums, these people may not even set specific goals, but rather live comfortably, free to explore the world and consider the entire earth their home. So, does the meanings of life lie in experiences, or is it hidden in the ultimate purpose we set for ourselves? In reality, these two perspectives are complementary, as we may find the meaning in one's aspect at different stages of our life. You might think that the answer is a balanced combination of both, but if we truly analyze and contemplate both sides of the meaning coin, we will realize that a coin must have two sides to exist fully. If we focus solely on purpose, we might sacrificing the everyday moments and small pleasures for a distant future that may not turn out as expected. However, if we insist that life's meaning is solely derived from daily experiences, we may fall into the monotonous routine of the mundane, slowly become aimless. To find balance, we can consider that the purpose of life is in the present moment. It could be as simple as cooking a delicious meal or completing a task meticulously. Setting daily intentions help us balance both aspects of the meaning coin. Larger life purposes may reside in the future, and their achievements depend on various factors. To live the most meaningful life, we should avoid over-reliance on the future and instead focus on building a sturdy foundation with the bricks of today. Finding yourself in a world of imposed expectations. Human existence starts with a contradiction. We are born with nothing but our cry and a body. A newborn's life is devoid of inherent meaning, and the meaning is gradually poured into it as the child grows. Paradoxically, even before birth, expectations are heaped upon them. A father may want his child to follow in his footsteps as a soccer player. A mother may envision her child becoming a brilliant engineer. The child's grandmother may imagine a beautiful future. All of these expectations are meanings imposed on the child, and they can manifest as varying degrees of pleasure. Play soccer, become an engineer, or be beautiful, according to others' expectation. So, how do we find our unique values without getting entangled in external expectations? How can we be certain that we are making choices for ourselves rather than our fears of missing out or appeasing others? The most direct answers to these questions is self-investment. To discover who you are, what you want, and what you need, there is no alternative to engaging in a conversation with yourself. This self-discovery doesn't necessarily require meditation or self-dialogue. It can manifest through physical activities like sport or travel. By nurturing both the body and mind, you will slowly uncover the true value. If you still haven't found your uniqueness, it is likely because you haven't given yourself enough time. However, convincing oneself to engage in these activities can be challenging. At times, you might overly trust your initial instincts and think, "This is not what I want. This isn't what I want to have." However, instincts are momentary exceptions and can be mistaken. Therefore, it is crucial to maintain calm and not confuse fleeting whims with absolute truth. Relies on your experiences and existing knowledge to accurately assess whether what you are feeling is genuinely what you desire or need. When your energy is high and your heart is at peace, that is the ideal moment to make decision. It is not when your mind is tranquil that you can determine whether what you are passionate about in the moment is a passing interest or a lasting value for your life. In conclusion, discovering the meanings of life and your own self-worth is a dynamic and personal journey. Balancing both purpose and daily experiences and investing in self-discovery can help you navigate the complexities of life and make choices that align with your true self. Remember, it's your unique journey, and the meanings you find is ultimately defined by you.